Everybody, this is Lauren, owner of Aggressive Credit Repair for 19 years. Each month, on the first of the month, I send out a newsletter to thousands of people. A very popular letter, which as of late includes a video. And the purpose of the letter is to provide a credit tip. And this month's tip, can a late payment be removed? I gotta be honest, it's one of the hardest things to get off a credit report. What is the impact of a late payment? Well, the scores are based on time. Everything is based on time when it comes to the scores. How long you've had credit really indicates how many points you're capable of. And then you lose points for things like infractions and credit card utilization. It's more complicated than that, but that's the basics. Here's the bad news. You have a 700 score and you have a new Capital One late payment, for example, boom, you're going to lose about 100 points. Why? The risk assessment model is now experiencing a lot of risk with a new late payment. It can only assume that there's drama financially on your file, and to lend to you at this point in time would be risky. The good news is after a late payment is reported, a couple months after, the scoring model recognizes you are past the drama of the financial woes that you may have been in, and this is proven by on-time payments, and then you start to see scores rebound. But that late payment will last 7 years. So how do you get it off? Well, kind of some bad news. If the late payment was flat out your fault, you just forgot to pay it, probably not going to come off. Okay, that's the short version of a long answer, which I'm going to get into now. How would you even try to get it off? You can go to Equifax, Experian, and TrendGenie.com and dispute it through the portal and just say it's inaccurate. Trust me, that's not going to help you, okay? Even if it's inaccurate, even if it's their fault, that often won't work. If you call customer service at the creditor, let's say it's Capital One, even that is probably not going to work. Unfortunately, the reps that answer the phone, they're not trained, nor have the authority, nor are they paid enough to help you get that removed. So what's the method? Well, over 19 years, I've learned that when you contact the CEO's office, that's the best way to reach somebody who cares and who has the authority to fix the problem. Here's what you do. You Google Capital One's headquarters and CEO. It's very easily found on the internet. And you say, hey guys, you're reporting a late payment and I want it reversed for this reason. Now, what reason would you be writing to have it removed? Well, if you were late and it was your fault and you don't have you can't prove negligence on the fault of the creditor. In fact, it was negligence on your part. Well, then you could say, hey, could you remove this by virtue of goodwill because you love me so much? Warning, that probably is not going to work, okay? There's a lot of YouTube videos on goodwill letters. I'm telling you, 99% of the time they don't work. In my experience, what does work? If there was negligence on the part of the creditor, what kind of negligence could that be? In my experience, people have auto pay going and something messes up with the auto pay system and then it's late. That's a good reason. You could call in and say your auto pay system screwed up my payment and you reported me late. Even then they probably won't help you, but the CEO letter is where you want to send that letter to make sure that the right person looks at it and it goes to the appropriate department and or board to get it off. And why do I say board? Because removing a late payment is a big deal. It's not an easy task for the creditor, okay? So in cases of like credit unions, I know a lot of them have boards that review this to determine if it's worthy of a reversal. So just in the case of negligence in the creditor's part, when you're crafting your CEO letter, it's super important that you point out specifically and prove how it's the creditor's fault. Maybe it was on auto pay and their system messed up. Maybe, and I see this very commonly, a good reason to get late payments reversed, there was an annual fee. You had a zero balance on your card and an annual fee hit. And through no fault of your own, you didn't even know there was an annual fee. Boom, they reported late. That is I've found a reason that a creditor would remove a late payment. And there's a lot of other reasons. Now, if you have questions whether your late payment qualifies for what I consider a strong case for a CEO letter, then reach out to this channel. Or if you have any other questions about credit repair and or mortgages, reach me through this channel or go straight to my website, aggressivecreditrepair.com. Thanks for making it all the way to this far in the video. Goodbye.